And we are starting. Okay, everyone, how are you guys doing tonight or today, whether we are coming to you, myself, Precious Rutland, and I have my special guest with me, Stephanie
Yes.
Burrison. And today we're going to be talking to you guys. Our title is The Best Essential Oils to Support Hair growth, particularly those edges, ladies. I know that's a really big deal. I've had questions about that. So we thought it was a really good time tonight to come on. I have my special lady here, Blessed by Oils, so she can go ahead and tell us about these oils and how she used them in a way to get her edges to grow back. So first, let me slow down. I'm too excited jumping into it. For those that don't know me, my name is Precious Rutland. I am known as the Hair Loss Doctor. I'm also CEO of Hair Health Happiness, Trichology, and Wellness Clinic. And I serve those Black professional women that are over the age of 40 and they're looking to grow healthy hair. And what I find is they know that their body is lacking in nutrients, and they really want to know, what can they do overall to heal their health inside out, because they do know that nutrition plays a part in their healthy hair. And then we have Stephanie Burrison, as I mentioned, and she has Blessed by Oils. So I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself to you now.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Burrison, and I'm actually with Young Living Essential Oils. The name of my company is Blessed by Oils, and thank you so much, Precious, for this opportunity. I love just being all natural and just being able to share the knowledge of what I have learned since I've been involved with essential oils.
Okay, awesome. So so how tonight, what me and Stephanie were talking about doing is that we really wanted to first just start off just talking to you guys, telling you, how essential oils has helped both of us as far as like our hair and our just journey overall, because we used oils for multiple purpose other than our hair. But I'll go ahead and let Stephanie start. You want to go ahead and just tell us your why and how your hair loss story?
Yes. So overall, how I got into essential oils is I just wanted a more healthier lifestyle and some more options, some more choices from basically if I don't have to take a medication for something, find a way that I can support my immune system, support my hair growth, support my health overall, and support wellness, because this is what it's all about these days with your immune system, and just your overall total wellness, which also affects your hair. It affects your hair, it affects your lifestyle, it affects your stress levels. So while I was on that journey of finding ways to just be healthier and live a healthier, natural lifestyle, I met someone in Arizona, Amy, and she introduced me to Young Living Essential Oils. And when I found out everything that essential oils can support, all body systems, including hair growth, and just my immune system. I have 4 boys, and when it comes down to their immune system, I want to be able to support that as well. So that's how I got with Young Living Essential Oils. I mean, I love this company. It's an all natural company. We have our own farms. We have a seed to seal promise, which means basically it goes straight from a seed. It runs through a testing process and it goes straight to the bottle, so you can actually smell the purity in these oils. So that's why I actually went with this company, and it's been such a blessing with me. God gave me the name Blessed by Oils, so that's where Blessed by Oils came from.
I love it. I love it. Now, with me, with my hair loss story, actually, I experienced hair loss twice. The first time, it was with traction alopecia, just wearing from tight hairstyles, the hair weaves, the braids, and I knew better, especially being a stylist, but, I wanted it in my hair, and I was just trying different things. So that was the first time when I lost hair. And then the second time was after I had my second son, and I experienced postpartum hair loss, is also known as alopecia. And at that time, that's when I was transitioning to becoming a trichologist. And when, the hair came out, that was really devastating to
Mm.
me. And I knew right then and there that my call and purpose was to really focus on trichology and really help other women that are experiencing hair loss and to help to rebuild their self-esteem. Now, I had learned about essential oils myself probably about a few years after I had, tried doing just different remedies because myself, I'm a big proponent as well, you know, trying to do what I can naturally before having to get any medicines or any kind of steroids. So myself, I went the natural route, using
Good.
foods,
Yeah.
washing the products that I was putting in my hair, and then, just putting different oils, mixing it with my conditioners, and just different strategies to nurse the hair back, and not putting
Mhm.
any tension on it per se, especially around my edges, because that's where I had a lot of the hair damage was around my edges. And now, Stephanie,
Yeah.
I do believe you experienced that too.
Yes.
With your edges, you want to tell us how you got them, well, how you lost them, and then how you got them to come back, because that's what
Yes.
professional women are really needing and
Mhm.
wanting, is their hair back. Everybody wants their hair back, especially in the front.
Yes, thank you for that. You are so right. So my story, I love cornrows. So I got so I got some really tight cornrows, even though I tried to style it where it wasn't pulling my edges, but
Uh-huh.
I didn't know my edges were so fragile. And I
Yes,
think it
they
was so
are.
fragile from just a history of wearing cornrows and
Yeah.
braids and box braids and micro braids. So when I got the braids and I took them out, my edges
Mm-hmm.
was gone. They were gone. I
Mm.
was devastated. I could not believe it. I was like, oh my gosh. So of course I'm trying to cover up because I was, kind of embarrassed. I was trying to cover up and try to slick down the little baby hairs that I had left. But it was really from wearing braids too tight. And I've seen that a lot. That it's a lot of us that pull our hair. And we got to really be careful with that because that can really pull out your edges.
Now, Stephanie, let me ask you this, because I know for everybody's hair texture and type is different. So, how long did it take for your edges to start coming back in and growing? Like, how did
Well,
you notice? How long before it came back fuller?
yeah, I can say once I started my remedy, and we'll get to that.
Hmm.
I can say about to get them fully back in about 6 months.
Yes, yes, and that's what I wanted to say. It's, well, with me, it was a little bit longer dealing with the postpartum hair loss. I think it was maybe a year before
Okay.
my hair came back in. But the first time when I had the traction alopecia, it was about, I want to say, a good 6 to 9 months
Yeah.
before it comes in. And that's what I like to train my clients on, because whenever we have any damage or any trauma, that's called trauma,
Yes.
to our hair, it always takes at least a good 3 to 4 months before that hair comes back in, because our hair was prematurely put in the telogen effluvium phase, which is the last phase of hair loss, because
Mhm.
from the constant pulling and tugging, we were weakening the hair. And so we were abruptly forcing
Yeah.
it and pulling it out, just wearing it down.
Yes.
Just the different hairstyles, just the mechanical
Yep.
daily hairstyles we like. So I'm
Yep.
glad you brought that up. Now, what essential oils did you use? Like, how did you use them? If you don't
Yes.
mind me asking.
Sure. And I want to also say another one of my favorite hairstyle that's also not good is pulling it back. When you like try to
Yeah.
pull it back real tight into whether a bun or
Oh yeah.
that's a lot of tension as well. So that's another type of hairstyle we need to kind of avoid because that also adds that tension. So what I found was with Young Living, have a website that I go to that gives me a lot of information. It's like a pocket app
Mm-hmm.
with Life Science Publishing, and it's a hair loss prevention blend. is basically a blend to support hair loss. So
Mm,
one of the oils is rosemary.
okay.
Yep. So it's a blend. So it's a mixture of rosemary. The next one is thyme. Some
Okay.
people pronounce it thyme. I say thyme.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is lavender oil.
Okay.
Another one is cedarwood.
Oh, okay.
And another one is frankincense.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And I do this blend with coconut oil as my carrier oil. And
Okay.
I put the drops. I have like a recipe and it tells you exactly how many drops to
Mm-hmm.
add into with coconut oil. And then I'll just rub it right here on my edges where I have the breakage. And I
Mm-hmm.
also, like moisturize my scalp with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's also good for if you have dry scalp or dandruff as well. But that's the hair loss prevention blend that I use to support hair growth.
I love it. Now, tell me this, how often were you applying your
Uh,
oils? Like every
yes,
day or
every day, daily. Yep,
okay.
right around my edges. And I just, with the coconut oil, I try not to add too much
Right.
because it's my edges. Now, if it was further back, like with my scalp, it'll be fine. But you add too much, you don't want oil dripping down your face and
Right.
everything, so it could get a little messy. But I just did a little bit, little
Mm-hmm.
dab right around my edges because once you make the blend, you kind of already have it there. And you could just
Mm-hmm.
dab right in your edges. Wherever the whole hair loss is, you can use
Mm-hmm.
that daily.
Now, did you put your blend in like one of those bottles? Like what did you make yours up in to
So you
store it?
right. So this one I did it. It's good to with the oils to have it in a glass bottle. So I use like a
Okay.
little glass mason jar because
Mm-hmm.
with plastic, these oils are so pure.
Right.
With young living, it can break down with actually break down the plastic. But so yeah, I put it in a little glass jar.
Okay, that
But I
was
do make also roller bottles as well in glass little roller bottles.
yeah, I like that. That's convenient for
Yep.
travel and everything too.
Right. Yes.
Now I hadn't really heard of that cedar wood. So what properties or what's the cedar wood good for?
Sure. Let me pull up
That's new to
cedarwood.
me. Yeah.
That's good to you? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, cedarwood is good for, it's basically um is used, they said it's used with combat hair loss, alopecia,
Mm.
antibacterial, and a lymphatic stimulant.
Okay.
Yep, and they use it and it's actually really good for skin problems. And it comes from the cedarwood plant. Actually, it has a whole historic background, but it has different constituents in it. It was steam distilled from the bark, from the cedarwood bark.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I'm glad you pointed that out too, guys, and really pay attention to that. So Stephanie mentioned that she uses coconut oil as her carrier oil. So with these oils, they're very pure. So
Yes.
you definitely want to make sure that you use some sort of an oil with it. So I would recommend like she did a coconut oil or like maybe jojoba oil,
Yep.
just to mix it.
Avocado.
Yeah, avocado.
Hmm.
So something light, not too
Yep.
heavy, because you want the oils to also to penetrate your skin and, like she said, not have it running down your face. So you definitely, if you can, do not use anything too heavy like the olive oils or the
Right.
castor oils,
Right.
because those oils tend to be too heavy and they just sit on the scalp. So I
Yeah.
really love the essential oils because they do exactly what they're supposed to do. They're going to penetrate the scalp. They're going to get down into the follicles. They're going to cause stimulation, and
Yeah.
they're just going to feed and nourish the hair follicles. So I
Hmm.
really, really love that.
Yes.
Now, Stephanie, I guess are there any like events or anything that you have coming up with Young Living or your business? Like, what can we do? Um,
Sure. Yes, I've been doing a lot of online classes. I
okay.
actually did an event this past weekend at a Kingdom Trailblazers event. I set up tables at churches. So we had
Mm-hmm.
church event called Kingdom Trailblazers. So it was amazing. So I set up an oils table there. So I do travel. And, so if you have a conference and everything that has tables, I set up at different conferences. But my next coming event would just be one-on-one virtual classes where I go over the whole starter kit, basically how to get started with essential oils. I'm a nurse by trade, and I just love just essential oils and all the health benefits and just
Yes.
other ways to support our bodies, our overall health, our overall wellness, and things like that, especially, just being a wife, a mother of 4 boys, anything we could do in our lives, because as women, we wear so many hats.
Yes.
So anything we can do to support overall wellness and feel good about ourselves inside, that's what I'm all about spreading. So I do virtual classes as well, online classes.
That is so awesome.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
one more thing that I wanted to point out as I was sitting here thinking about our edges and these hairstyles, another thing that we are guilty of, when you were saying we put our hair in the back because we wear them tight balls,
Yes.
we be having them hard bristle brushes too, because
Yes.
we try to make it lay down, and
Yep.
ladies, that is so damaging. Those hard
Mhm.
bristle brushes are
Yep.
so damaging to our scalp, and that really affects and pulls on our hair too. So we're pulling it back,
Yep.
we're putting it in a tight ponytail. We got the hard bristle brushes.
Yep.
So that's another thing that's thinning your edges. So you may want to be cautious.
Yes. What type of brush do you
Cautious.
recommend for that? Because you think with the hard bristle brush, the harder the brush is, it would make the wave pattern come out. So I think that's why we use
Yeah,
hard brushes, but I
they
heard they wasn't
do.
good. Yes. So what's
I
a good
I
brush?
like I really like the soft bristle brushes.
Okay.
So if you go into like the Sally's or any of the beauty supply stores, and it'll be where the brushes are, and I just feel them in my hand. So if it's soft,
Okay.
I just get those because
Okay.
we really don't need it, because every time we use some bristle brushes, we're damaging our scalp tissue. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That our scalp is skin. And so,
Yep.
you wouldn't put that hard brush on your cheek, on your face. So why are we
Right.
putting that on our hair,
That's true. That's true. I think we putting it on there because we wanted to slick back all wavy, but you're right.
or you
The
using that toothbrush
yes, yes.
then the
But you're
hair
right.
gel and that then the hair gel got the alcohol in it, so that's
Yep.
drying it. Um,
Yes.
yeah, it's just a whole
Yep. Yes.
a whole ordeal.
That's a whole nother class too with that
Yeah,
hair gel and the alcohol.
yes.
That's another good topic that needs to come up soon.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up, but that's pretty much what Stephanie and I wanted to do today.
Yes.
Stephanie, before we go, tell us, like, how can we reach out to you so we can know about your classes, or how can we get in
Sure.
touch with you?
Yes, thank you. So I'm under on Facebook
Okay.
and on Messenger under Stephanie Burrison. That's Burrison. So you
Mm-hmm.
can hit me up through Facebook or through Messenger. Also,
Mm-hmm.
I have an email, and that's stephanie.burrison
Mm-hmm.
at gmail.com.
Okay. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, this is going to conclude our session for today.
Yeah.
What do we call this? The best essential oils to support hair growth.
Woo,
So
woo,
we really
woo.
do hope that you got some useful nuggets out of this.
Yes.
And until next time, we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you. Have a good night.